Hello and welcome back. I know it has been forever, but basically what happened was my current job gets really hectic from November through like the first week of January. And so that kind of took a lot of my motivation to record. And also, I wanted to wait until I got a newer computer because all my games are slightly lagging, as if the RAM can't keep up. But I figured go ahead and start this because I had a story idea now. None of my Death Note legacies are going anywhere. Even if I have to start with just the characters, everything's loaded up fine the past few times I've tried, so I can go in, get the characters out, and they can just live in a new place. So none of that's going anywhere. I just want to start with this because I'm not really into doing the doing Sims stories, because to me, unless it comes from the characters, like unless they do a mean interaction when you didn't expect it, or a friendly one when you didn't expect it, or they have another child, you know, unless things happen in the game, it always feels weird to me. However, I got the vampire game pack, as you can see right there, and I'm obsessed with vampires. Obsessed. So I made a female vampire to test out the Create a Sim, and I really ended up liking her, and I really ended up in my head kind of creating a story for why she is the way she is. I don't know that we'll do very much today. I'm going to make sure this is recording, then we'll be back to meet her, and we'll at least get her moved in. Be right back. Okay, so as far as I can tell, we're good to go. Let's do the new game. Let's pull her out of the gallery. She has custom content, so I'll probably have to click a few boxes to get to her. Okay. Mine. Advanced. Include custom content. There she is. Alright. So this is Isabella, and she is, of course, as I mentioned, a vampire. Here's her vampiric form. She is a genius, non-committal, and a loner. So her story is basically that a vampire became infatuated with her, knew she was kind of non-committal, knew she really didn't care for being around other people. Made her a vampire anyway, thinking, oh, she'll thank me because now she's immortal, and she'll owe me, and she'll be grateful, all that sort of things. Well, she wasn't. She didn't like him, anything of the sort. And so, she immediately, when she got the chance, learned from him the basics, and then he went on a trip to take care of something, and she took the chance to claim that she needed to take care of some things, and then she bolted, basically. So now, let's get her looks. Let's see. I think, did I have her many choices for every day? I don't know. I didn't. So that's her every day. This is her formal, athletic, sleep, party, and her swimsuit. So she is now trying to make a life for herself as a vampire. She's going to learn the ropes, basically, so she doesn't put her in Forgotten Hollow, of course, so that she doesn't make any major mistakes. I can only leave one, I guess. Okay. Let's go with furnished. Yeah, toddlers have entered since that almost crashed. That's not a good... See, this is why I'm very hesitant to play these with fraps in the background on this computer now, because the RAM just doesn't keep up. So if too much goes on, and perhaps takes a lot, yeah, gets a little scary. But we'll at least get the introductions out of the way. We'll see the house. We'll do any cleanup we have to do and see how much money she has left. If the game would load. Now, she doesn't know. Okay, let's see. Like, one of them you had to remove garlic from. I can't remember. I don't think it was this one. Very small, very basic. Can I build on it at all? Let's find out today. Okay. Cancel that. I don't want to manage worlds. I want to. Actually, we seem to have a decent amount of space. So, now, I purposely made her non-committal because I usually do family things, but it just really didn't make sense for kind of the way I saw her story playing out. That doesn't mean she'll never have children. Oh, I also needed to do her. Her aspiration is to be a master vampire. Because again, she wants to master everything, be in complete control of it, and just kind of have a chance to live her own life, essentially. So she's going to check out she's going to play Blick Block on the computer. Fair enough. She shouldn't have any need issues going on. So let me get it's the walls. I always get that confused. I do have the Sims 3 camera enabled, so that's why it kind of turns the way it does, more like the Sims 3. She has $815. That is not going to be acceptable. So what I think I'm going to have her do is write a genre book, children's. Now, what did she get? Let's see. She gained the video game skill. Okay. I don't know if I want to get her a job. Never eat your pet turtle. And other advice. Okay. So we'll just let that do its thing. I'll probably pay for a little bit at least. So, now I don't think you make a... Sorry. I don't think you make a lot of money with the writing skill, but it's something that she doesn't have to put money into, and she can, at least she wanted to be alone. Excellent. So she can at least, do something during the day other than sleep. And we can probably get her a coffin when we get some more money in, because that'll make her sleep. Why is my mouse wanting to go off the edge of my little table here? I have no idea. Oh, there's something else I need to talk about as well. I went ahead and I ended up deleting a playlist, and I kind of hate that because I hate when other people do that, and I've watched it or I got halfway through it. I apologize. But the truth of the matter is, I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to monetize. I have no expectations of anybody clicking the ads, whatever. Just, for me, it's just a matter of, right now things are a little bit iffy money-wise, and I wanted to kind of have something that might, give me a little extra boost, possibly. But also, I wanted something that gave me an incentive to maybe do some different editing tricks, maybe come up with different ideas. And I think in that kind of what inspired me to have an idea with the Sim was that I love Death Note. Love it. But people who are just looking for Sims are not as often going to be as invested in something like a very specific, oh, this is this character. I'm not going to stop her. Can I stop it? Yeah, I don't care about that. Oh, someone's mad at her. I'm sorry. But, okay. You don't have to be mean about it, dude. And you're even a good vampire, I think. She's just not in the mood right now. Let's see. Okay, they went away. We will introduce ourselves to more people in the town, because I don't want to just be stuck in the house, especially in a town that's supposed to be for vampires and playing up their situation. Um, yeah, I just felt that I wanted something that, if I really got a great idea, I had a reason to do something with it. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of thinking over the past few months about kind of where I want things to be by the end of the year and stuff like that. As I said, there's no expectations for you unless you want to share this or to like it or to subscribe. But if you want to see more Sims content, and I mean, honestly, I've watched quite a bit of Sims content, and as long it, I have a lot more variety than I've seen a lot of other people have, and I'm working on even getting more. So hopefully that'll be an incentive for you to subscribe so that you want to see more of it. I want to encourage me to do more of it. We're just going to let her write for now, I think, because a lot of them do very similar challenges. A lot of them do the stuff packs or expansion packs when they come out, and a lot of them, I've seen a few that do the legacies or the, oh hey, these are people in popular culture that I've moved in. I've seen at least one person do that. But I hope that, I hope is to have a pretty good variety of all the games and a pretty good variety of the kind of things you can watch. Because in Sims 2, I'm not doing anything with Death Note simply because it's very hard to back up. So I don't kind of want to get too involved with the characters in case it just goes explosion time. Whereas with Sims 3, though, it is more for me about creating the characters that walk around, something like that. Yep. But the funny thing is, in Sims 4, that's not as much a big deal for me. So, because I like... It's funny because where it's not the open world, I still like the worlds a little bit better. It's a little bit more... It's a little easier to find where you want to go when you decide you want to go out. So yeah, that's a different thing. But again, hopefully I'm going to be bringing you some different stuff that'll be exciting. So if you look forward to anything, if you even have any ideas for something you'd want to see, definitely put them in the comments. I believe that I have my Twitter and Tumblr on the About page. So if you want to, that's where you'll get any notifications in case YouTube does its thing. Oh, there's something else to mention as well. YouTube recently had a crackdown on content, and one of the things that came up was essentially gay and lesbian content. Okay, she wrote a book, so let's go publish it. Self-publish. Alright. So, I've not noticed anything odd about any of mine. Hopefully that's not the case. I think it was probably an algorithm they had put in that kind of went wrong. Let's see. She doesn't have a computer, does she? She doesn't really have enough for a computer. That bathroom is horrible. This house needs a lot of work. But because it's a bigger lot with a smaller house, there's a lot more we can do to it. I think I'm just going to have her write again. Write another children's book. Okay. But this is where we've started. She's in Forgotten Hollow because she wants to basically learn everything she can about being a vampire, so she might end up going to Vlad. I believe his name is Vlad. Let's see. Okay, oh, that's the Those are empty houses. Okay. Why am I having so much trouble getting the camera around again? Oh, that's the walls. I always hit the walls when I mean to hit the camera. Okay. Now I've lost where this guy's house is. Okay. Obviously you can tell I've not played in this town very much. And here I just said, things are easier to find. There it is. I think that's his house. But anyway, we will go see him because essentially what she wants to do is she wants to just learn as much as she can and make a life for herself. Now, whether she seeks out any children, anyone to make a vampire, whether she falls in love with anybody, that's a huge up in the air for her because she doesn't really care. Children, possibly a bit more than finding someone to be with, but she really doesn't, at this point, especially care anyway because she's focused on just getting to the point where she feels like if she's found, she'll be able to handle herself because she doesn't know whether her creator will be able to find her or not. And she has no allies yet to keep on the lookout for him. And she has no, she's so new to the town, she doesn't know any rumors. So, okay, she's not having fun. So let's go ahead and cut that out. Let's watch channel. Watch comedy. So yeah, she's just hoping that she can be ready when he finds her because she doesn't believe she's left any clues behind for him to track her down because she's not gone anywhere that she's familiar with. She, and she really wasn't that close to her family anyway, so it didn't bother her to kind of break all ties. So yeah, that's where she's at this point. She needs to get... Please stay stable, computer. I'm going to see if I can find her some plasma fruit because she doesn't really... She could attack a human. She doesn't really care. She's not... It doesn't bother her. And so she doesn't have to eat plasma fruit if she chooses not to. However, she's intelligent enough to know that options are important and that if she doesn't want to she doesn't want to get into a point to where she can't take care of herself. So yeah, that's kind of where she's at. I know there's a plasma fruit tree in this town. I really should get a little bit more familiar with the town so that I know where I can send her to get plasma fruit. She can order plasma packs, but she really doesn't have a lot of money right now to be worrying about that. Okay. So that's not... I know there's one here now. That doesn't mean it's harvestable right now. So... Okay, there's some people hanging out over here. If I'm not mistaken, it is somewhere around in here. And she also, part of the reason she wanted to go here was that she, of course, had heard all the rumors, so she knew just that learning, that she might find some vampires who would be able to teach her what she wanted to know. But also the reason she wanted to go here is because she knew that more than likely it would be easier for her to find allies if she went somewhere that definitely had a vampire population, because she knows that she doesn't want to. She has no interest right now in making anybody a vampire. She has no interest right now in even really kind of letting anyone in her life unless they can prove useful to keeping her creator away. Now, her creator, his trip was going to be a long one, but she is expecting him to return at some point. That's interesting. Lots of bats. So, she is very determined to get money so that she's comfortable enough in that where she is, and really making allies and nothing else. She doesn't feel she can actually worry about any wants until he is killed. Or at least until he realizes that she wants nothing to do with him and accepts it for what it is. So, yeah. I think I'll leave it here. I don't want to do too much right now, but I want to thank you for checking this out. I hope I have updated you on everything that needs to be updated. It's probably going to be a slow process at this point. I am going to try to get a video or two out, at least within the next few days, and hopefully get back on some sort of schedule or figure out something. If the job situation changes, if I do get another job, then, excuse me, I might need a week or two to adjust to that, and then we can go back to filming. I want to introduce at least the Perfect Genetics Challenge, because I really want to do that one, and that'll probably be for Sims 3, because I don't think Sims 4 genetics are very... I know there's some iffiness with skin tones, certain eye colors, and if you have custom hair colors, I know there's weirdness about them being inherited. That's not there in The Sims 3, so I might do that challenge with that. I also at some point want to do the 100 baby challenge with a twist, and that twist would be that the person who is the founder actually has only just now become able to have children. So I want to think a little bit more about that, get that set up, because that is what I've seen a lot of people do, and I've seen some, very good takes on it, but I want to have my own. And I know of two other people who had stories behind theirs. So I want to come out with a unique reason that this person is having 100 children. And it may be that the 100 children is not how it starts out, but ends up or something like that. So I want to work on that. But anyway, indeed, this is Isabella. I'm gonna have to hear her name. So her house needs a lot of work. So we'll probably get some money in, and then we'll see what we can do on that. Right now, she has enough for herself. There's no rush to do anything else but take care of her, meet people in the town. So anyway, I'm going to thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy this, and I hope it's something you get excited about, and I hope I can bring you more stories. I need to spend her PowerPoints. I'll do that next time. Thank you so much.